Howdy y'all, Dawson Surratt with Defender Tactical. We're back here today in the Defender Lab, and we're going to be installing our universal cartridge adapter and magazine follower for 12 gauge Mossberg pump shotguns. This is going to allow the cycling of 1 3/4 mini shells all the way up to 3-inch Magnum in the same magazine without changing anything. So the only difference between the 590 or the Shockwave installation versus the 500 or the Maverick 88 installation is in the follower. So we'll go ahead and cover how to install that in the 500 and Maverick 88 first, and then we'll hop on over to our Shockwave test platform and cover the follower and adapter installation. So let's hop over to this Maverick right now and knock that out of the way. Alright, so we have our Maverick 88 here, and before we get started, we're just going to make sure that there's nothing in the barrel or in the magazine. Now this magazine is different from the 590 series in that it has a screw-on magazine. So the first step is going to be to remove this retaining bolt on the barrel. Slide your action back all the way, remove the barrel, and then, like I said, these magazines are screw-on. We don't believe there's any sort of adhesive or anything in the receiver to keep it stuck there. It may have had some corrosion over time because of the aluminum to steel contact. There's a little bit in ours, but we were able to just take it by hand and break it loose. So you'll just have to do that. You may have to get a wet rag or some sort of rubber sheet or something like that to help you get a good grip. So we'll just take that off and be careful because it is under a little bit of tension from the spring. So we'll just remove the magazine and the spring if it comes with it. And then we'll poke out our follower here if it didn't come. Here it is. It's just kind of this stamped piece of sheet metal here, pretty thin. So now we'll take our follower and we'll slide the action forward just a little bit, and we'll put our follower down into the receiver where it goes. Now this is kind of the tricky part here, is reinstalling the spring in the magazine. So you can put the spring down in through the fore end and kind of make sure that it meets well with your follower, and then take your magazine, slide it on over your spring, and then kind of a helpful tip I've found is if you release your action forward a little bit, that will actually kind of help the spring be guided into the magazine. So as it goes back, you can keep it straight on the back and kind of move. Let me release it here. Keep your spring forward and kind of move the action back with your magazine. And that's going to help it slide in there. Just make sure that everything stays straight and your spring doesn't get bunched up or anything. And then once you get it down here and ready to thread, it's best if you can push the follower up into the magazine and then thread it on, and you shouldn't get any issues. It should thread on, no cross-threading or anything stopping it. Make sure it's tight, and then check your follower to be sure it runs smoothly. Reinstall your barrel. And then that is it. Alright, now on to our 590 Shockwave here. The first step in installing the follower, we're going to remove our tri-rail system here, get access to our magazine cap, take that loose. And then I'm going to get a flathead screwdriver after I remove my barrel. And the C retaining ring here, you're going to want to take a flathead screwdriver or something and pry against your fingers. Don't actually pry against the magazine itself. Start here at the edge of that split, and it should work out pretty easy. Be careful because it will fly out of there because of the spring. So remove your spring and that retaining cap there. Your follower may just fall out, or you can poke it out. We'll reinstall our new follower, making sure that the correct face is facing into the magazine. We'll reinstall our spring. And our cap. Now it's kind of best if you can pinch these together and get it started in there. And if you can't get it pressed down all the way, that's not a big deal because you can use the magazine cap to press it down on there once we get ready to do that. So we'll get our barrel reinstalled, Make sure it's seated down all the way. Now we can reinstall our magazine cap and press that retaining cap down in there. Tighten it down all the way. We'll reinstall our rail system here. And check the follower. Runs really smooth. Now for the adapter installation, as I mentioned, it's going to be the same on the 590 and the 500 and Maverick 88. You're just going to poke out this pin here that holds your trigger group in. You're going to remove the trigger group. Be sure that your cartridge stop and cartridge interrupter stay in place, or it's just that you remember how they go. Make sure they're in position. Then you can take your adapter, and you can see these arms here on the side of the adapter are going to go inside of the grooves in the receiver that sit just in front of the trigger. And you're going to put this duck head down into the receiver and the tongue facing forward. Slide it in like that. Then you can reinstall your trigger and your pin, and you should be good to go. Cycle it a few times just to be sure that everything is working good, not getting caught up. And that's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to get your hands on one of these or any of the other products that we have displayed here on our test platform, you can visit our website. I'll have a link down below or in our bio. Again, thanks for watching.